What's going on, everyone? troofumz here, and this is my very first gameplay commentary I'm throwing up on my channel. Also, this is the very first game I played on Wargames, actually, and I ended up getting a good solid 28-0 perfection, so a big team slayer on Ragnarok. And yeah, so go ahead and enjoy the gameplay. What I wanted to talk about in this video is basically I wanted to help you guys become successful in Halo 4. I've noticed a lot of people struggling, and they can't really seem to find what they're doing wrong. Or, there's easy steps you can take toward just upping your game. Making sure you have good scoring games, or making sure like you win the game. So, first off, what you want to do is select your playstyle. And this means, and I'm just talking about Slayer right now. Objectives is a whole different type, which I can talk about in the end if I remember. But first, you'll want to, choose: do you like rushing in and being in close quarter combat? Do you like hanging back a bit and being mid-range from your enemies, or do you like to hang back a lot and kind of be campy? Like there's some people who use long range, and there will be those who prefer just camping in one spot, with the sniper or something. Or there would be those people who kind of move around the map and try to keep a distance because they're most comfortable at long range, but they can still be in the fight. You know what I'm saying? So also, well, I'll go ahead and say it now. For objective games, there's kind of this kind of also fits in. If you're close quarters, if you like to play close quarters and you're in an objective game, then go for the objective. Make sure you're in there. If that's what you prefer, if that's what you're best at, what you're most comfortable with, even, go in there, go for the objective. And then those people at long range, you can be on a defense if there is one, or you can kind of on an offensive support where you're kind of hanging back, but you can pick them off from a distance. And then those mid-range can be kind of in between, or they're going up for the objective, but they're still kind of hanging back and not really just rushing in there. But so what I want to do is I'm telling you guys right now, the key once you figure that out is picking your class, your loadout. This is a really big part of Halo 4. So basically I have this list here of things that would be good in each category, and so I'll tell you, what you should use and why. So I'll start with close quarter combat. You should definitely pick between the assault rifle, storm rifle, suppressor, obviously, because they're automatic weapons, suited only for close quarter combat, and you're gonna have a big edge on someone who's using a mid or long range weapon most of the time. And also, first, I just want to say something. Sorry, you guys can probably hear I'm kind of sick. But whenever you pick one of these, make sure that how you're moving, your movement is such a big part in this. I'm telling you right now, your movement will determine whether you live or you die. When you're in close quarters, you're gonna want to make sure you kind of move around the edge of buildings, not just run straight through the battlefield. No one ever runs straight through the battlefield. That's absolutely a terrible idea. But if you're close quarters, say there's a building in front of you, and say like they've got people outside of it, you can't just run up. Kind of go around corners, try and stick to the walls, and try and find routes to where they cannot see you. Like slowly kind of study the map and find a route that you can go to get up close and personal with them, that they would not be able to see you, and they'll enable you to get the jump on them from close range. And if mid-range, just make sure everyone should make sure they're close to cover. Cover is such a big part in it. But anyways, I'll just throw that out there, so I'll get back to the loadouts. For a secondary weapon in close quarter combat, really, you could pick any of the secondary weapons, the Magnum, Plasma Pistol, or Bolt Shot. You know, they're all going to be good. I would say the most logical choice would be the Bolt Shot, because, you know, you can just someone with it if they come around the corner. But, you know, me, personally, I prefer the Magnum, and I mean, it's really not hard to you know, be able to use the Magnum. You know, if you figure it out, the Magnum, you'll actually be able to make it to where if someone has no shields and they're right on you, like, if you can switch fast enough, you can just kind of spam the trigger and you'll be able to hit them in the head. You know, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but trust me, the Magnum works at close range really well. And so for the grenades, I would say you should choose frags or pulses, because plasma grenades, you don't want to stick someone and then have them just run up to you and kill you, you know. And keep in mind while I'm going through everything else that the everything else that I'm going to be choosing, this is assuming that the enemy you're fighting is at the range, you know, that you prefer, you know, close quarters, mid-range, or long range. You know, it's always going to be a what if, but this is just the things that would suit you for fighting people that are at your preferred range. So now I'm going to go through the armor abilities for close quarter combat. Armor abilities I would recommend would be the Thruster Pack, Active Camouflage, Hologram, Hard Light Shield, or Promethean Vision. If I were to say, you know, pick one out of those, I guess it would kind of depend on your playstyle, you know. If you like to kind of hide and, like, you know, kind of camp around corners, or kind of like take it sneaky, use Active Camouflage. If you feel like you're kind of in there more, I would definitely use Thruster Pack to help you, you know, dodge shit, and then the Hard Light Shield just to help you block shit. You know, they both kind of have the same concept. And Promethean Vision is really good for whenever people are hiding around corners, or you know they're coming, or you just want to check if someone's there. You know, and that'll always also draw people off if they look at their radar and they know you're using Promethean Vision. And then Hologram can obviously easily distract enemies, and it works really good in this one because, you know, the red dot is actually on the radar. Wow, I'm gonna hurry up and get through this. Okay, but so moving on. For the tactical package, you'll want to pick shielding, resupply, or AA efficiency, which is good on all of them, really. And then for the support upgrade, you should go with dexterity, sensor, or stealth. You know, it just kind of, again, depends on your exact type of play. I would say dexterity and sensor are pretty even. I'd say dexterity kind of outweighs it a bit more, you know, if you're having to reload and fights a lot or switch weapons. Anyways, going on to mid-range. For the primaries, I would recommend either a battle rifle, a battle rifle, Covenant Carbine, or a light rifle. And for the secondaries, I would say Magnum or Plasma Pistol. You definitely don't want to use a Bolt Shot because, you know, that's, no. Here I'd recommend frags or plasma grenades. No pulses, because they seem to just not work too well at medium range. And you know, plasma, you're far enough to where you'll be able to, you'll be able to throw it, and they won't be able to just run up to you and kill you. Oh, I think I skipped the secondaries. Go with no, I didn't. I didn't skip. Okay. So for the armor abilities, go for Thruster Pack, Jetpack, or Hard Light Shield. And then for the tactical package, you'll want either mobility, which is really good for objective games, obviously, or shielding, or AA efficiency, which again is good on all of these. And then for your support upgrade, I would definitely say dexterity for sure weighs out all of the others, and if you're playing a mid-range class or loadout, you know, that's definitely what you should do. Alright, for long range, what you guys should definitely go for is the DMR, the light rifle. Those are just two weapons that you'll want to pick. It's kind of up to you which one you want to pick. I'll go ahead and tell you guys this now. DMR is easier to use than the light rifle, but the light rifle, you know, whenever you're zoomed in, it does more damage than when you're zoomed out, and you can use that to your advantage to get kills a bit faster. So you know, keep that in mind. But I would look up a video, kind of putting the two against each other. There's a lot of videos that, you know, could show you the little exploits and stuff between these. So for the secondary, I would definitely say Magnum, no contest. And this is assuming that your enemy is actually at long range, you know. But of course, if you want that protection for whenever someone happens to sneak up on you, you know, you can go for the bull shot, or maybe even the plasma pistol. But I'm just saying, all of these are recommended for, you know, whenever you're fighting an enemy that's at your preferred range. And then I would choose frags or plasmas. I would definitely say frags outweigh plasma grenades in long range combat. You know, you can toss them, but plasma grenades, I feel like they just don't have the same effect that frags do at long range. For your armor ability, you want to go for either auto sentry, which is kind of good for holding objectives. They're really not that strong, but they can help a little bit. But definitely above that, I would say you should choose a regeneration field, because if you can easily pop in and out of cover, you know, you can go in. Like if you say your shields are down, you go in, you call up your regeneration shield, you pop back out once your shields are recharged, and then you can easily just pick off, you know, whoever you might be fighting who's also maybe one shot. So for your tactical package, you'll definitely want to go with, I want to say, firepower, because, you know, then you could choose light rifle and DMR, or also if you're afraid someone's going to sneak up on you, you could, you know, pick a close or mid-range weapon. But, you know, if you have light rifle and DMR, say that you run out of ammo with one, you can just easily switch and, you know, continue your long-range combat, you know, continue your streak. I'm going to throw this out now. I meant to say it earlier, but I'm telling you guys right now, the longer range that you fight at, the more likely you are to get a good spree. That's just the way it is. People who strictly play close quarter combat are not going to have near as high of a KD as people who play long range. You know, because in close quarter it's all up in your face, and it's really hard to stay alive for a long period of time, especially whenever you're fighting multiple enemies at once. But long range, you can, you know, kind of pop in and out of cover and just pick people off, and, you know, a lot of them won't exactly be equipped for it, and most of the time at long range, if you're set up right, you'll have the higher ground, and you'll have an advantage with cover. So, you know, it makes it easy. And then of course mid-range is somewhere in the middle between those if you use cover correctly. Okay, so now also on the tactical packages, you should choose, I would say shielding is good. I don't know if regeneration shield, I mean, if you use a regeneration and shielding, if that kind of gives it like a really fast effect or not. And then A, efficiency is also good, and then you have ammo and awareness, of course. But yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. You know, tell me what you guys thought of my video. You know, go ahead, if you enjoyed it, leave a like, and, you know, subscribe. I really appreciate that. And leave a comment, just tell me what you thought. But yeah, that's it. I'll have another video up next week, so catch you guys later.